Welcome to this tutorial that demonstrates Searchlight's multi-search feature, which is only available in the professional and enterprise versions of Searchlight. When Searchlight performs a search, it does so in accordance with a search definition, which can be created on the fly, or more commonly, selected from a list of predefined search definitions, stored within a file. To see how you can create and save individual search definitions, check out the Searchlight local search tutorial. The multi-search functionality allows Searchlight to automatically perform one saved search definition after another sequentially. In this tutorial, we are going to set up a multi-search definition to search for various kinds of personal data, and in order to do that, we are going to use a number of search definitions that are installed out of the box. So, the first thing we must do is to create a multi-search definition to hold the sequence of searches we wish to perform. In order to do this, select the top-level Files menu, and then select the Saved Multi-Searches option. When Searchlight is installed, a couple of multi-search definitions are pre-configured and available on this screen. However, for the purposes of this demonstration, they have been deleted, so I can demonstrate how to create a new multi-search from scratch, without causing any confusion. So, with the Maintaining Multi-Searches screen displayed, we simply select the Add button, whereupon the Adding Saved Multi-Search screen is displayed. The left-hand list box shows all of the available saved search definitions, whilst the right-hand list box shows the search definitions that will be performed when this multi-search definition is executed. Firstly, I will name this multi-search definition Personal Data by entering the name in the multi-search name field. Next, we must define the folder to be searched, and for this demonstration, I will search Searchlight's Personal Data folder under Searchlight's Test Data folder. Each saved search definition has a search folder associated with it, and these quite likely will be different from one another. In order to force every saved search defined within this multi-search definition to search the same folder, we must check the Search Folder for All Searches checkbox. If this checkbox is not checked, then each of the assigned saved searches will search the folder as defined in their own respective definition. However, in this case, we want all of the searches to search the same folder path, so we must check this checkbox. The Create Zip File for each search drop-down list enables zip files to be created as follows. If this is set to No, then no zip files will be created for any search. If this is set to Yes, then a zip file will be created for each search performed, regardless as to whether the Saved Searches Create Zip File checkbox is checked or not. If this is set to Is set for Saved Search configuration, then a zip file will be created, as directed by the setting of the Saved Searches Create Zip File checkbox. The Unzip Files drop-down list is only enabled if a zip file is directed to be created, and operates in a similar way to that just described for the Create Zip File for each search option. For this demonstration, I don't want any of the individual searches to create a zip file containing any files they find, so I will set this value to No. The zipping and unzipping of files functionality just described is for individual searches as they execute. The Create Multi-Search Zip File checkbox, if checked, will automatically create a zip file that includes all the found files from all of the searches executed, and optionally unzip it as well. For this demonstration, I want all of the files found by each search definition to be packaged up into a single zip file, so I will check this checkbox. In order to define the searches that we want to execute, as part of this multi-search, we simply select a search definition from the left-hand side, and move it to the right-hand side. As we are going to search for personal data, I'll only select the following search definitions by moving them to the right-hand side. Addresses. Bank account numbers. Credit card numbers. Dates of birth. Passwords. Postcodes. Telephone numbers. The multi-search definition is now configured, so we can save it, and then select Exit, whereupon we are returned to the Maintaining Multi-Searches screen. From this screen, we can create as many multi-search definitions we want to, but for this tutorial we just create one, and exit and save changes. To execute the multi-search we just defined, we select the top-level search menu, and then select the multi-search option, whereupon the list of available multi-search definitions are presented. Then, we select the personal data multi-search definition we just defined, whereupon it is presented, allowing us to make any adjustments before we perform the search. In this case, we don't want to make any final adjustments, so we select the Search button to start the search. For each of the saved search definitions, defined as part of a multi-search definition, Searchlight does the following. It initializes its internal search engine. The title bar of the progress dialog is updated to reflect the name of the executing search definition. The search is then performed, and any search find actions associated with the search definition are executed. Finally, any zip file processing that is enabled is performed. In order to find out more about search find actions, check out Searchlight's dedicated search find actions tutorial. On completion of the search summary is presented, showing the number of search results found. On selecting Yes to view the results, the search results screen is presented. Each line of the list box displayed on this screen contains a found search word, surrounded by a configurable number of characters, extracted from the file in which the search word was found. This functionality enables a user to apply a context with regards to any found search word. Check out the search results screen tutorial to learn more about the rich functionality provided by the search results screen. On selecting the Log File button, a detailed log file is presented, showing the results of each search performed. As part of the multi-search definition we defined, we opted to include a zip file to hold all of the files found from the search. As such, at the top of the log file, the name of the zip file created to hold all of the found files is reported. As we scroll down the log file, we can see that a complete log file has been produced for each of the searches performed, with each search named with an incrementing value starting at 0. Well, that concludes this brief tutorial on Searchlight's multi-search capability. I hope you found it useful, and don't forget to check out the many other Searchlight tutorials available. And thank you for watching.